So I've just made up two little electrical leads to adapt the coil. This super duper coil I've got. I got it from Electrics World actually. It's supposed to be a much higher output one. So I'll just connect it for the first time. Right, we're connected now. Let's turn the ignition on. And this is the moment of truth. Is it going to spark? Oh! Big fat blue spark. That'll do for me. That'll do for me. Spot on. Stop talking to yourself. Right, that goes in there. Yeah, I've got to nick these bits off the other LC at work. Right, what was I doing before I started doing that? Well, I've got to nick the freaking airbox. The top airbox part is missing. The bottom airbox part was with the bike, but the complete top airbox just missing, just wasn't there. So I've got to nick that off the spare one at work. The lift handle is missing completely. The battery door, which holds the fuses and the wires, that's missing. So there was quite a few bits and pieces missing, and I suppose this is what happens when you buy a bike in bits. I'm not complaining, like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You've just got to go with it and get it sorted. But so yeah, so there's a few little bits and pieces that need finishing. Right, what the hell was I doing? I've done that. I honestly don't know what I was doing now. So chain's on, so that's all done now. So now I know that works. I could, in theory, put that side cover on. Couldn't I? Yeah, because chain's on, that's all tightened up. I've locked the lock tab over. That's all done, so that's all done. Yep. Ready to go on. So this, technically, this side, can't put the side cover on till you put the clutch cable on. That's what it was. There we go. A nice new clutch cable. So, stick the clutch cable in there. Stick that in there, bend the little tab across. That's that on there. And that, as far as I remember, goes under there. Under there. Through there. And it comes out through the middle. Near the keys. Through the middle, and through there, that's where it should be. And that goes on to here, so it should do. Screw that in. That's on there. Clutch cable up. Boom! Just got to ball that all down. Adjust the cable, adjust the clutch worm, and that'll do. That's the clutch cover on. Plugs can go back in now, because we know we've got a spark. Just stand up a bit tidier. Boom! cheap, these plug caps, but I like them because they're just no frills plug caps, no resistors, no nothing. They have a nice satisfying click when you put them on, and they're black, so they look, they blend in quite nicely. They don't stick out, and they're not stupid metal ones like those. Right, as soon as it's Christmas, I might as well open my Christmas presents to myself from Mark Cardwell. Here we go. Full body kit, and which one's the tank? This arrived about a week ago or more, and I deliberately haven't touched it yet. I didn't want to open it until I was ready to use it because I don't want them knocking around and getting battered. Oh right, that's the petrol tank. Yeah. So that was the petrol tank, so that one can wait a little bit longer. I'm not quite ready for the tank yet. And this one must be all the other panels. Let's see what's going here. I just looked at that and thought, shit, they're blue. I didn't want it. I ordered a white one. No! This was the blue. Look at there. Oops. You're here. Yeah. Not wrong with the quality of that, is there? Absolutely spot on and beautiful. Well, no time like the present. Stick it straight on. I know I haven't put the door on the battery compartment yet, but boom. Lovely. What? Good side. I think this is the third set of paintwork I've had off Mark, and they've all been absolutely perfect, spot on. I mean, I'm not a painter, I've no desire to learn how to paint, so let him do it. Dave. He didn't put my name on that one. Yep, another beautiful panel. Look at it, beautiful crisp lines. I think I'll leave that on. Let's stick this one on. I've not really finished on this side, but I can always pull it off again. It's beautiful. The other thing is, sticking them on the bike, at least you know where they are. Ah, good go. Very well wrapped, as you expect. From someone who takes pride in his work. Mark clearly does. the workmanship in that. Beautiful job. So I'll put that on the front wheel. The fitting later on. We'll get fitted later on. And this is the bit I've been looking forward to. Not looking forward to all of it, but it really starts to come together when you've got the tail wheel on. Wind's getting up. Take the cover off my focus. That's parked up for the winter. Oh yes. Oh yes indeed. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Let's drop it on. Fits like a glove. Here's the grab rail with the bushes on already, so that can just go straight on. Got the bolts out ready for the job. Lovely. Lovely job. Put your glasses on, David. Now she's starting to look like an LC. Boom! Look at what you could have won. Oh my god, that is so straight. The last one, well actually the one before the last one, the back line was totally out of shape because the subframe was all twisted. I had to get a scaffold pole out and all sorts of stuff, but yeah, this one is absolutely straight as a die. It's lovely. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Get my number plate on it. Well, there you go. A lot of people would say, oh, that's cheating, that, just buying a complete body kit. Should get the original stuff restored. Well, I am getting it repainted. The original stuff is being repainted. It's actually away at Dream Machine getting repainted because they dropped the body kit off of the RC30, and while he was here I gave him 2 body kits for the LC, which I had spare, one from this one and one from the black one that you saw at the beginning of the video, which was the original of the pair of them, and I'm getting those 2 done up as spare body kits. So I'm having a Mars bar body kit done, which is going to be a spare for this, and also a Embassy, as I call it, the white and red, which you may have seen at the beginning of the video, which wasn't off this bike, despite me telling you it was. That's going to get redone, so I'm going to have 2 spare body kits, so that should be good. Right, time for some dinner. Right, so I've done a couple of little bits and pieces since the last clip, but not much. I've put the number plate on, which is good. You saw me put the bodywork on, I think, well, part of the bodywork, the tailpiece and the side panels and the front mudguard. I've still not opened the box with the petrol tank in it, or the belly pan, so that can wait till the last minute. I've put the gear lever on, so the gear lever is now on properly. I've also sorted the coil out. I've made myself a little extension bracket just here, and moved it from this hole up to that one there. Put this super duper coil on, and I've also put the coil cover on, so that's on now, although I haven't screwed it down properly, but it's there in place. I've shortened the leads and put the new plug caps on, shortened the HT leads, and I've bolted on the mudguard properly. I bolted the mudguard on properly and fitted the speedo cable, so that's pretty much all I've done. But the other major thing is I've done the exhausts. So as you can see, the exhausts were hanging up over there on the window, but I've rubbed them down on my fantastic Scotch-Brite wheel. I'll just show you the Scotch-Brite wheel. These are brilliant. These things here, these Scotch-Brite wheels, they're fantastic for rubbing all the old paint off. You can see what a mess it makes over in that corner. But anyway, these are the LC exhausts. I've rubbed them down, painted them with the satin black, and they're pretty much good to go. So today we're going to be doing the calipers. So I've got the calipers here. I've got all the bits and pieces that I need here, all the new bits, all the shims, all that kind of stuff. Got some brand new brake pads, got some new bolts. So I'm going to be doing the brake pads, and then later on I'm going to be doing the carbs. Right, so on with the brakes. So I've got the brake calipers here. Like I told you before, I vapor blasted them all and I painted them, but I also completely rebuilt them with new pistons and seals. And what I like to do is I put the pistons and the new pistons and seals in after it's been vapor blasted and cleaned, but before I paint it, and that way I don't get any paint inside the bore of the piston. So as you can see, the piston's already in that and it's already been painted. I just block the ends up, the bleed nipple end and the brake pipe end with some spare bolts. So I can take those out and take the spare bolts out and get on with the build. So I've got all the bits and pieces I need here. Got some new brake pads. This is the paint I use, by the way. Acrylic satin. Paint all that, and I use that on the exhaust as well. It comes up really good. So let's go on with the build of these. Right, that's both calipers on. So I suppose we should really put the brake lines on. Right, time for the brake lines. So this is the Hell brake line kit which I've had made up. Not to everyone's taste. Some people would prefer the rubber hoses like the originals, but I like to be able to stop. So I like the feel of proper brake hoses. Right, so 3 lines in the kit. Obviously 2 to the calipers and 1 to go up to the master cylinder. And importantly, all the fixings you need. So let's get all those out and see where we are with those. This is important. This is the double banjo, and this goes up here into the splitter. So can't really see it there, can you? So you get a double banjo, and we put 1 copper washer on it. We get the brake lines, which are actually slightly different. One's ever so slightly longer than the other one I found last time. Yeah, that one's the slightly longer one, which goes on this side. It doesn't really matter because that's, yeah, that one right on there. Yeah, so we'll put that one on first. So that one goes on first, pointed down. Then another copper washer. And this one is also pointing down. I did this last time. You do upside down. I'm pointing this down. It wants to be up. Because it comes up from underneath, doesn't it? So the last one goes on first, then another copper washer. Then the right hand one. Then another copper washer. And that should just feed through there. Straight in there. Which it does. 14mm spanner. Seated properly. Right, then that one goes there. That one's in where it should be. Yep, that one goes there, that one goes there. Yep, and then the individual ones. So copper washer again. Through the brake line, second copper washer. Oof. Now there are clamps that go on here, but I'll put those on later because they'll slide over these. So not too bothered about putting those on right this second. That's in there. 14mm spanner. Right, that's on there, that's good. like I say, there's a clamp that goes on here that holds that there, but I'll put those on shortly. They're here, but they want a bit of love on the polishing wheel first, so I'll put those on later. But they'll go on. The rubber sleeves are already on these pipes, so that's good. So that's on there. That's on there. Next one. 1 bolt, 2 washers. Bolt. Washer. Brake line. Copper washer. It goes. Nice and tight to nip the copper washer up. Yeah, it's tight enough. Right, now the top hose. Bolt, washer, washer. This is the same both sides. So this goes up from this side here. And it goes up to there. Okay, so I've got I've put the brake lines on. I've connected it to the master cylinder. I've connected it to the splitter, and I've connected it to the calipers. I've also given these clamps that I mentioned earlier. I've just had them on the buffer, and I've just polished those up and put those on. So that's the brake lines installed completely. I've connected a bleed hose to both. Filled it with fluid, so now we've just got to bleed them up a bit at a time and watch the fluid come out. Very boring bit of the video this really, but just keep topping it up and bleeding it through, 1 caliper at a time. You can see all the bubbles coming out. Basically, I just run it right through. I just empty the master cylinder. That's running pretty clear now. Just keep topping the master cylinder up. I run the pipes so they're submerged in brake fluid, and then it doesn't bring anything back up, and you can actually see the bubbles emerging in the brake fluid. Emerging, that was a big word, wasn't it? Right. So this is at about 3 master cylinder fulls of fluid through each caliper now. Right. Ooh. So now I'm going to try, now we've got it a little bit bled, I'll try and pump the piston and calipers out. So, wow, it's worked straight away, fantastic. Right, that's done. And the, oop, I've spilt some, obviously. Well, that's actually worked out quite well. So, I think for the time being, I'm going to leave it at that. So, bleeding. I've got a good lever. Doesn't appear to be any more fluid bubbles coming through. So I'll just pop these off, put them back into my bleeding bottle, put that up out of the way. Stick the brake fluid out of the way. Horrible nasty stuff. Right. I'll put that on the new mudguard just in case of spillages, which there wasn't, thankfully. So that all looks pretty good. So I'll just stick the top back on the master cylinder. I'll put this on first so I don't squirt fluid everywhere. My favourite JIS screwdriver. There we go. We should have brakes, which we have, so happy days. Hiya, right, we're on it again. So I've completely rebuilt the carburetors. I was going to video it all, but it's all a bit boring, taking it all to bits, but they've all been vapor blasted previously, and they've been fully rebuilt now with all the correct jets in and the correct needle jets, the correct needles. Everything's spot on as it should be. Float valves have been set, so they're all good to go. I've got the right slides and the right needles. They're going to go on. The only thing you don't get is I've got a new throttle cable on here, and you don't get the angled tops for the carbs on the new cables. So I've had these soaking in oil, and I've just unscrewing these, and these pull off. So these little angled tops here, they go onto the end of the new throttle cable on the tops, on the carb tops. So I'm going to give these a clean up, and then we'll crack on with fitting the carbs and getting them balanced up.